isn't nothing like that. It isn't nothing like that good soul music. Now use it and let Jay prove it. Just lose it. With everything you do, just know she got your back, yo. And she'll even make you laugh show after show. She got the vibes that'll make you ride top down. And if you got a couple pounds, she'll be around. Justified Madness.
What's up, what's happening? It's your girl J1 Yvette, and welcome to the Sound Off Wednesday edition of Justified Madness. That was music from the ABC television series called Queens, which stars Eve, Naturi Naughton, Nadine, Velazquez, and Brandy. The song is called Nasty Girl, and the series follows 4 women in their 40s who reunite for a chance to recapture their fame and regain the swagger they had in the 90s when they were legends in the hip-hop world. If you haven't seen the series yet, it's on Hulu, so you can catch up with it there. Now, it is the second Wednesday of the month, which means it is Sound Off Wednesday. But I want to start off with not a sound off, but I want to send my deepest condolences to the families and loved ones of those who lost their lives at the Astroworld Festival. Their names are Madison Dubisky, Brianna Rodriguez, Rodolfo Pena, Jacob Jaranek, Franco Patino, Mirza Danish Baig, Axel Acosta Avila, and John Hilger. Now, the details of what happened are still under investigation, but the concert promoter has had issues in the past with overbooking venues. So hopefully and prayerfully, the proper authorities will get to the bottom of exactly what happened, so that these families can have some closure. And also, my prayers are with those who were injured in the melee, and hopefully and prayerfully they'll be back home soon. Now, on this forum, I try to avoid politics for the most part, but this show, I'm going there tonight. Representative Paul Gosar, if you don't know who he is a Republican congressman from Arizona. And I just want to know with this guy, when will enough be enough? This is a sitting member of Congress who not only backs the big election fraud lie, and it is a lie no matter what Fox News and Newsmax and OAN are telling you. Not only has he hosted white nationalist events, Google it if you don't believe me, but most recently, he tweeted out an altered video that depicts him killing Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and also President Biden. Now, if any of us average citizens posted something like that, we'd probably have the Secret Service knocking on our door. But he gets away with it, and he's still a sitting member of Congress with no repercussions. None. Not only that, Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is not only radio silent about Representative Gosar's disgusting actions, but he wants to punish the 13 Republicans who voted for the bipartisan infrastructure bill that will help Americans across the nation by improving roads and bridges, railroads, public transportation, drinking water, broadband, and also creates quality, high-paying jobs across the country. He wants to punish the Republican members of Congress who voted for that. So let me get this straight. This is where we are, okay? Republicans can support the election fraud lie, threaten Democratic members of Congress, threaten the sitting president of the United States, spend time arguing over Big Bird, but heaven forbid they should vote for legislation that helps the American people, or they face being stripped of their committee assignments. What world are these people living in? See, what world are they living in? We have gone from a country that had 2 primary political parties to now we have 1 political party and a cult, and they think that it's okay, and it's like they don't even realize they're kicking mud in the faces of the very people who elected them. And the part that really blows my mind is the people keep electing them. At what point do you wake up and see that these people do not have your best interest at heart? They only care about holding power so that they can rant on television and spread lies and misinformation. They are not doing jack to help the people who elected them. And I just want to say for the record that if I lived in Texas and Big Bird ran against Ted Cruz, I'd vote for Big Bird. Big Bird would have my vote. But I'm going to pivot away from that. I've had my sound off on that. Now let's get to some music. In less than 48 hours, Silk Sonic drops their album, An Evening with Silk Sonic, and this is the latest single from that album. It's called Smokin' Out the Window from Silk Sonic, and you're tuned into Justified Madness with your girl, J1 Yvette.
Wait a minute, this looks right.
What's up, what's happening? It's your girl, J1 Yvette, taking a pause for the cause to let you know what's new in music and movies this week. New singles coming out this week. Alfie Templeman with 3D Feelings. Carrie Underwood with Stretchy Pants. Yeah, I love those. Charlie XCX featuring Christina and the Queens and Caroline Polishare with New Shapes. French Montana and Fivio Foreign with Panicking. Green Day and Holy Toledo. Katie B with Peach and Offerings EP. Post Malone and The Weeknd have collaborated for One Right Now. RuPaul and Just What They Want. Sega Bodega with I Need Nothing From You. Sub X with What You Do to Me. Travis Scott with Escape Plan. And U2, Your Song Saved My Life. New albums dropping this week. ABBA with Voyage, Billy Idol with Happy Holidays, Blondie and Yuletide Throwdown, Diablo Swing Orchestra with Swagger and Stroll Down the Rabbit Hole. Diana Ross is back with Thank You. Enrique Iglesias with Final, Volume 1. Jethro Tull and Benefit, the 50th Anniversary Edition. Summer Walker with Still Over It. And Silk Sonic with An Evening with Silk Sonic. For the full list of new music, check out officialcharts.com and click on New Releases. Now coming to theaters this week, Clifford the Big Red Dog. When middle schooler Emily Elizabeth meets a magical animal rescuer who gifts her a little red puppy, she never anticipated waking up to find a giant 10-foot hound in her small New York City apartment. While her single mom is away for business, Emily and her fun but impulsive Uncle Casey set out on an adventure that will keep you on the edge of your seat as our heroes take a bite out of the Big Apple. Based on the beloved Scholastic book character, Clifford will teach the world how to love big. Clifford the Big Red Dog stars Sienna Guillory, Jack Whitehall, Rosie Perez, Kenan Thompson, and Darby Camp as Emily Elizabeth, and it's rated PG. Now, if you're more of a stay-at-home and chill kind of movie lover, no worries. Now is a good time to try out Paramount Plus. The most captivating stories and experiences are on Paramount Plus. Thousands of episodes, live TV, and exclusive originals all in one place. Try 1 week free and watch on your devices including your phone, tablet, or Amazon Fire Stick. Go to ParamountPlus.com now to start your free trial. That's the wrap up for this week. Now let's get back to the show. You're tuned into Justified Madness with your girl J1 Yvette.
Hey, yo, what's up? This is John O. This is Priest Forever, and we are the Gecko Brothers. And you are listening to Justified Madness.
This love is real, oh na na na. You'll never have to question how I feel. Ooh, no matter what life brings, I know you got me, I got you. Forever to you I'll be true. This love is real, oh na na na. From day one I knew this love was the real deal. No matter what life brings, we've got each other on everything. This love is real. This love is real. Touched on a deeper level than what's on the official on the physical. You were the first one to touch my very soul and teach me how to love again. You were the first one that taught me that real love can really happen and it's not just in fairy tales. See, I never knew that I could trust, that I could give myself fully until you came into my life. And for that, I just want to say thank you and thank God for you. And my heart is fully yours until the end of time. This love is real. Oh, na, na, na. You'll never have to question how I feel. Ooh, no matter what life brings, I know you got me, I've got you. Forever to you, I'll be true. This love is real. It's the Sound Off Wednesday edition of Justified Madness with your girl J1 Yvette, and that's my latest single, This Love Is Real. It's an R&B meets spoken word poetry fusion, and it's available right now wherever you get your music. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed creating it. Now, a quick programming note. I'll be back on the air this Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time with the Saturday Madness edition of Justified Madness. I'm on the air every Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on blogtalkradio.com/justifiedmadness. Now, if you miss any episodes of the show, you can catch up here on Blog Talk Radio or look for the Justified Madness podcast on Spotify, Spreaker, Podchaser, iHeartRadio, and just about anywhere else you get your podcasts. Just Google J1 Yvette Justified Madness to find out where you can listen. Now, I gotta send a shout out to my official promo team, Team J1 Yvette. That's run by my girls Alex, Amina, and Tracy. You can follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Team J1 Yvette. And also make sure you're following me on Twitter at J1 Yvette 1. That's JWANYVETTE and the number 1. Now, I am no longer able to take live calls because the show is pre-recorded, but I live tweet every single show. So make sure you're following me on Twitter so that we can chat while I'm here on the air. And I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Fanbase at Justified Madness 31. Now, one more sound off before I go. I love my twamily. I really do. And I try to engage with as many of my followers as possible. But when I see followers going through tough times, whether it's a loss of a loved one or they may just be having a bad day, I try to engage. I try to send a reply to let them know I'm thinking of them and to give them some words of encouragement. But y'all, I'm going to need y'all to quit with the I'm X amount of followers away from this number and y'all get a bunch of followers and then don't follow anybody back. Or the I think I'm being shadow banned because I tweeted X, Y, and Z and nobody replied. Well, I can't speak for anyone else, but I have almost 11,000 followers right now, and I can't engage with each and every one. I try to engage as much as I can, but if I don't reply, it's simply because I didn't see your tweet. I'm not ignoring you. So you have to try to consider that, especially if you have a lot of large accounts following you. I'm only at 11,000, and I don't consider myself a large account, but you know, I see a lot of accounts that have 50,000 or 100,000 followers. So if I'm having trouble keeping up at 11,000, I know they're having trouble keeping up with those numbers. So, you know, try not to take it so personally if you don't get a reply. It could just be simply that they didn't see it and they're not purposely ignoring you. Now, before I move on, I want to send a big congratulations to my girl, Missy Misdemeanor Elliott, who received her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this week. It is much deserved, and I am so proud of Missy for such a great accomplishment. And like I said, she really does deserve it, y'all. She's been doing this thing for a long time. So talented. And I am a huge fan of hers. So, you know, I am really happy. And I consider her a DMV girl. She's from Virginia. So most definitely repping VA. And I'm here for it. Now I got to send a shout out to my teddy bear Ellis, my big sis Debbie Deb, all my fan bam, my Twamley, I should say, my Young Nation, my Mad Hatters, Yvette, Shane, and last but never ever least, my Schmoopy, my daughter Jessie. Y'all know her as Jessie James, and you hear her at the top of the hour every Wednesday and Saturday night here on Justified Madness. Now next up I have music from H.E.R featuring Chris Brown with Come Through. Now she's on tour right now, so she's coming to your city. Y'all grab them tickets, y'all. She is an awesome performer, and it'll definitely be money well spent. And on the other side of the hour, on the other side of the commercial, I'm kind of losing it tonight. On the other side of the commercial, I'm closing it down with one of my favorite songs from the Montero album. It's Industry Baby from Lil Nas X featuring Jack Harlow. God bless you and thank you for joining me tonight. I'll catch y'all on Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time for the Saturday Madness edition of Justified Madness. Good night and God bless.
Get ready for the biggest concert party experience of the millennium. The Millennium Tour 2021, starring Omarion.
Young chick come close to me. She ain't going home when she supposed to pay.
With Bow Wow.
I ain't never had nobody do me like you.
Plus Grammy Award winner, Ashanti.
See my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting around me.
Also performing live, Soulja Boy. Plus the Yin Yang Twins, Pretty Ricky. Along with Lloyd and Sammy, all coming to a city near you. The Millennium Tour 2021. For tickets and more info, contact your local venue website, your local ticket provider, and be sure to visit gsquaredevents.com.
Get your tickets to the hottest concert party of the year.
Hey, what's up? My name is Yvette.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
And you're listening to Justified Madness on Blog Talk Radio.